So I'm going to do 3 things for you, but I'm going to start with a tomato plant. Everybody loves tomatoes. This is a tomato plant. Now, one of the things that I want to teach you, if I was teaching a class, I would want you to see this plant, know it's a tomato, and know why it isn't a pepper plant, okay? I want you to identify plants by the leaves and the way it looks, like my grandmother did. She would never say, what kind of plant is this? She would know it's a tomato plant by the way it looks. This tomato plant is a cherry tomato. If you were growing this, I want to give you a few tips. This tomato needs this big pot. One tomato needs to be in this big pot. That's number 1. The pot needs to have holes in the bottom so that the water can drain out of the pot, not stay close to the roots, because if it stays close to the roots and you overwater, the roots will dry. So, the next thing I want you to do, you have your pot. Never put a plant in a black pot. Not because I don't think black is beautiful or black ain't the best, but when you put it in a dark pot, the pot heats up the roots. It holds heat. So I want you to go with the lightest colored pot possible. The second thing, use a plastic pot. This is one of the times that I'll say use a plastic pot. They're cheaper, but also if you use a clay pot, the plant dries out faster. It means you gotta water it more often. You don't want to have to do that. So I say the easiest thing, find any kind of pot, a bucket, or whatever it is that you can find, and use that. Okay. So now you know the pot. The next thing, most important thing, the soil. I recommend this soil. I got it at Target, but I got it because what it is. It says, back to the roots. Love that name. I say, back to the roots. Okay, because you want dark, rich soil. So, this soil says, specialty blend. Now, sometimes people say stuff like that just to get you to buy it. But this has worm casings in it. This has microcondi in it. So those of you who are gardeners, all smiling, all happy and saying, wow, because microcondi is a fungus. It comes from mushrooms and it enhances the roots. The roots is what feeds the plant. If you ain't got good roots, guess what? You're going to be praying, you're going to be saying a prayer over your plant as you burying it or throwing it in the garbage, because it's not going to grow. Okay? You got to have good roots. And so, the worm casing gives you everything you need for that plant. Guess what? It says here, peat-free. Now, when I started gardening, everybody used peat moss. Y'all remember the days of peat moss and tilling the soil? Well, we don't do that anymore. So, this is peat-free, which is very beneficial. This is an all-purpose soil. Again, read the label. People don't know that there's potting soil. That's what you want to put in a pot, right? There is garden soil. There's all kinds of soil. I want you to put it in a pot, because I'm going to give you a plant afterwards. Put it in a pot. Use this potted soil. This is what I recommend. Now, here's a trick for your tomatoes. Tomatoes are acidic, right? Everybody knows alkaline, acidic. Okay, you can test for this, but we're not testing soil. You know your soil is safe. It's an organic soil. That's everything you need in. But I'm going to tell you how to get the sweetest cherry tomatoes in the United States of America. Okay? Because if you take some baking soda, put it either in the bottom of the soil when you're doing your planting, when you're planting your plant, or put the baking soda in the water and dissolve it, right? Isn't this so cute? Yeah. Someone gave me this as a gift. I want you to water the soil and not this. Don't water the leaves. Water the soil. I want you to water the soil before you put it in the soil, in your pot. This pot here, you do not have to get it out of the pot. But I'm going to show you something. So if you were doing this, see the fruit? So I said that you could put this in the pot. This pot will biodegrade. So what you would do is you would free the roots. Okay? See what I'm saying? Free the roots. Now, you can tell good roots. Why can you tell these are good roots? Because they aren't black, which means they're rotten, right? Look, they're going all over the plant. So, the Stella knows, I tell everybody, roll it, massage, like this. Giving it love. Giving it love. You're loosening the soil, okay? So the soil is loose and the roots could go out, because if you keep it tight and balled like that, it doesn't get, look at that, this is just perfect. And you see the consistency of the soil? This is the consistency of potting soil. If you have something much heavier than that, it pulls on the roots and it's not good for the plant. So see, look at that. See what happened? And then you put it in, and there you go. And you got my secret sauce. You got baking soda. About a tablespoon, not a lot. Keep it tender underwater. And let me tell you what plants want. Plants want to be watered less frequently. So it's good to have a deep watering than to have a light watering. What's a light watering? Guess what? See the roots are down here. The light watering is you watering the top of the soil. Now where's the roots? Down in the bottom. So you watering, you think you're doing everything good, and you say, oh girl, I water my plants every day. This is just wonderful. And then next thing they come and they show me a dead plant, they said, what happened? And I said, the water didn't get to the roots. And so make sure that you water. I didn't have rabbits in my yard. This is for all the people who say they don't have to clean up. Everybody got it covered. Just like I said, I'm a dancer. Everybody can dance. Everybody can move. It's just degrees. But you can all grow. And I encourage you to grow. Let me tell you something about a tomato plant. This ain't a house plant. The tomato plant needs lots of water. If you do not water your tomato plant, in other words, if that soil gets dry, you're going to get black rot. Black rot is when you have a tomato and you got a little black spot at the bottom and it's a little deformed. So I'd rather you overwater your tomatoes. Why? Because you got a pot where it's going to come out the bottom. So with a tomato now, what you just said is true for every other plant. But a tomato plant likes water. And if it dries out 3 or 4 times, and I have people that will tell me that, girl, I watered that all the time. And then, what's that black thing on the bottom? See, nature will tell on you. Because if you don't do what you're supposed to do, guess what? You won't have your collard greens, or you won't have whatever. So it ain't like when you go to the doctor and say, I exercise every day and I don't do something. And he said, great, but you know you just told a little white lie. And it ain't true, but in your garden, if you tell a little white lie, you will be exposed. So I want you to do it. Don't talk about it, do it. So I want to tell you about other things that you could use. You don't need to go get fertilizer. You don't even need to get insecticide. So, who knows about coffee ground? Hey! Okay, brother. You said, oh yeah. So yes, coffee grind. You take them, and what we call is dressing a plant, which means that you put it around the base of the plant. That's what you do with your coffee grind. This is how to grow on a budget. Now, if you go to the store right now, everything is sky high. The compost is sky high. Everything. So any little way that you can save $1, I'm going to tell you how to do it. So Epsom salt. Epsom salt is great. This is great when you want to have green leaves. Okay, so let me say this. When the plant doesn't have fruit on it, it needs nitrogen. Nitrogen is what makes the leaves green, and you gotta have green leaves to produce fruit. Once you get a little bit of fruit on it, the plant needs phosphorus. Stay with Buffalo Freedom Gardens. We follow and get support from Leah Penniman, and she emphasizes the science of plants. So, Epsom salt is good if you want to green the leaves. What's this? Everybody knows this. Eggshells. Everybody, grandma or mama put eggshells around the soil. It works. Eggshells are great way to boost the nutritional value of your soil. So you have the baking soda, Epsom salt. I put Epsom salt on my rose bushes, and you would not believe how beautiful those roses were. Okay, now I do it both ways. I sprinkle it around if I know it's going to rain the next day. And then if it's not, I put it in the water and I dissolve it. Okay, growing from kitchen scratch. Growing from kitchen scratch. How many of you get a tomato, or not a tomato, an onion, and it starts to do this? Most people, when the onion starts to root itself, what do they say? Oh, we got to throw the onion away. Got to throw the onion away. It's mushy. It's not going to work. This onion, if you plant it in the soil, will give you an onion plant. And no way, right. And you won't have to buy an onion starter. Now, let me tell you how you got to do it though. You got to get an organic onion. Because what is happening now, if you get a regular onion, when it gets like this, people gonna leave this in the store, right? They ain't gonna want to buy it. So they put a retardant on it so that it won't go like this, so it'll have a longer shelf life. But if you buy an organic onions, you can get more onions. Sign up for Freedom Gardens, you'll learn more about this. I'm trying to do this quick. What are these? How many people, the potato gets some eyes on it and you throw it away? If you keep this potato with the eye on it, cut it, put it in the ground, you're going to get potatoes. You'll get like maybe 10 potatoes out of one eye. How many people got garlic? Go get the garlic and it had a little green thing shooting out the garlic. Again, plant it. And you'll have garlic, celery. Miss Della know all of this because Miss Della used these tricks. So if you put this, we call it rooting. You know how to root something. I didn't bring my thing. I got all of these little, they look like if you have your chemistry set, those little and I root a lot of stuff. So if you root this, I'm going to show you what rooting looks like. Look at this. This is rooting. So, instead of finding your lettuce like this, how's that work? You can buy it like this. $2.99. Save this. You can root another one in this one. Okay? And I'm going to read it to you. Why you want this and not the leaf lettuce. Especially for people like me buying lettuce and it's supposed to be in 2 days. It says, stays fresh up to, now how long do you think this stays fresh up to? 3 weeks. Who got lettuce that stays in the refrigerator? I just got it for $2.99. So if you get this, yes, that is because, what did I say these roots do? The plant soaks up water. Why does your lettuce look horrible after 2 days? It starts wilting. Let me tell you something. I had this lettuce out here all day yesterday. It started to wilt. I put some water right in here and the lettuce said, thank you very much. Miss Gail, I love you. You're feeding me. This is wonderful. Yeah. So this is what you do. Here's another example. This is even better. Okay, y'all, listen. This is the way your lettuce comes out of the soil. They preserve it. You can keep your lettuce growing. How do you harvest lettuce that's leafy? You take off the outer leaves. You leave this, and it keeps regenerating. You got me? Yeah. So now you know how to grow from scratch using scraps from your kitchen. So grow your own stuff. I tell you, anything, garlic, all of that. It's wonderful. Thank you. And what Miss Stella is saying, that I'm trying to emphasize, is that she doesn't have to keep going back to the grocery store buying lettuce. And the lettuce is spoiling in our refrigerator and it doesn't last long. This way you can produce your own lettuce. Let me tell you, Miss Della and I work together. This is what you need to do. She tells me about nutrition and food and I tell her how to grow. Okay, so we are changing information. We gotta do this. So, I think I had a question. Did I have a question I needed to answer? Strawberries. Okay. I got ready to bring my strawberry plant. Y'all would be jealous. Strawberries grow now. Guess what? I have maybe 1,000 strawberries. Let me tell you about strawberries. If you have one strawberry plant, it's a runner. Do you know what a runner is?
Okay, yeah.
Yes, girl. Say that again.
They go like they run, they go along your fence. They go, yeah.
It's a runner.
Yeah.
So I had a strawberry plant, one strawberry plant. The strawberry plant, the next year, miraculously, strawberries started showing up. where I had the other strawberry plant. I didn't plant another plant. I said, God is good. All of a sudden, yeah, God is good.
Amen.
Because let me tell you something. You don't even have to plant something and it'll grow back if you have it in the right soil, in the right condition. Just like God just gives us air to breathe, He gives us plants. And they just come back like perennials. Okay. This is an annual. Do you know how many people ask me, when is my tomatoes coming back? I said, girl, your tomatoes ain't never coming back. It ain't Jesus. Who told you the tomatoes is going to rise again? These tomatoes are dead, okay? But your strawberries will come back. Your blackberries will come back. Your raspberries will come back. So when I say to people, grow a combination, things that'll come back, asparagus comes back. It's a perennial. So I think I want to end, if you're getting seeds, please get organic seeds. If you have a garden, please don't use pesticides and insecticides on it. When you kill that bug, guess what? The bird eats the bug, the bird dies. The cat come by, eats the cat dies. You know, you're spreading that death to everything that is touching whatever poisons it. So I don't want you to poison, because you end up poisoning yourself. Because it runs into the water system, and if things are dying and being poisoned, sometimes that poison comes back to us. So I don't want you, I want you as best you can to use natural things. Okay, so this is the last thing I was going to tell you, how to get rid of pests. Okay, I grew up in Harlem. I am the pest eradicator. I grew up with rats, roaches, mice, anything. So let me tell you how you get rid of a mouse. You get rid of a mouse with peppermint. Yeah, look at you. I look at you. Look at you. I'm giving you something good. Okay, let me tell you what you do. Animals are smart. The best way to get rid of an animal is two ways. Get something that they don't like, they're going to hijack it out of there. Or, the other thing you can do is you imitate a predator, and he's going to leave. Okay? So for rabbits are vegetarians. If you put down anything that looks like it's a meat eater, which if it's a meat eater, it means it's going to eat the rabbit is going to find another home. Bone meal. Bone meal. Put bone meal down, the rabbit is going to go. The mouse. Take oil. Peppermint oil. High quality peppermint oil. Okay? Put it on a cotton ball. Put it on the cotton ball. Put it all around. If you can find how the mouse got in or whatever, listen, I'm going to tell you, mice are smart now. You got a mouse trap, you still got mice. You put cheese out to try to poison them, they walk around the poison. They go get something else. These are ghetto mice. They know how to live. They like the squirrels. They know how to live. They know our little tricks. And they say, I ain't eating that. I'm going to die. But when they smell that peppermint oil, they don't like it. They'll nest somewhere else. They'll say, I don't want to live here anymore. I could go to Miss Bella's house. I could go to your house. I got options. So if you use companion plants, don't grow 25 tomatoes in a bed. Because then an aphid is going to say, oh happy day, I just got 25 tomatoes. Biodiversity. So if a plant has aphids aphids, aphids. I want you to get ladybugs. We do ladybug releases. Remember I said 2 ways to get rid of a pet? Get a predator, right? Or do something they don't like, right? Aphids get eaten by ladybugs. Ladybugs are beautiful, right? They're beautiful. We do a ladybug release every year. Cornell Cooperative Extension, we buy a bunch of ladybugs and then we go to a farm and we release them, and the ladybugs are so happy because it's like, oh, yummy, yummy, yummy. I'm gonna eat up all these bugs, and they go out and eat up all the bugs, but they don't eat up your crops. So remember that. Please sign up for Buffalo Freedom Gardens. I do a lot of educational classes. I love shit. You see, I like to talk a lot. So if you want to learn, please, and I want you to learn it so you can share it. Not learn it so you can keep it to yourself. And thank you very much. Thank you so much. And don't forget to listen to Growing Health on WUFO every Thursday at 3 o'clock.